So the non-verbal blueprint of attraction. Have you ever noticed how some people are able to just walk into a room, a social venue, any social venue, and just instantly command attention without even saying a word? They walk in and you just, like even you, yeah, your eyes just are just drawn to those people. Now the secret is not in what they say, yeah, it's how they move, it's how they look, it's how they carry themselves, it's the energy, the aura around them. It's non-verbal communication, and non-verbal communication is, I would say, the true language of attraction. Yeah, because through your non-verbal communication, you send out a lot of signals. And in this training, you'll discover how to decode and how to master the 6 key non-verbal signs: posture, eye contact, micro expressions, proximity, touch calibration, and vocal tonality. Yeah, so we're going to dive deeper into those so that you can implement them and start to project a little bit more confidence, spark a little bit more chemistry, and actually stand out from the crowd. Yeah, so you'll learn the science behind non-verbal attraction and why these signals are hardwired into our brains and how to use them to your advantage. And we're going to break down 5 essential steps, each focused on a different aspect of non-verbal communication. Yeah, and I'm going to show you exactly how to practice them and how to apply them. So by the end, you will have, well, a blueprint. Yeah, you'll know exactly how to send or communicate the right signals without even saying a word. So if you're a first timer here, welcome. My name is Rink. I'm from Holland. Outside of Holland, people call me Rick. Rick the Dutch guy, Rick Dutch. And since 2004, I've walked the path of self-development. As a younger man, I wanted to learn more about who I was and, where should I go? Where's my path going to take me? And since 2009, I've helped men and women actually transform their dating lives by teaching them the real language of attraction, the psychology of attraction, because I found that I'm a nerd. I'm a nerd when it comes to psychology of attraction. And so if you want to go beyond words and master the signals that truly matter, this training is for you. Now, let me talk about Sam. Yeah, because it was Sam who pointed me into this direction and made me want to record this training. Sam is a guy who is a member of our mentorship program. And he always struggled to get noticed. Yeah, even though he was smart, he was funny, and actually not too bad looking. But he would watch as more confident men seemed to navigate through social settings without any effort. Yeah, and they attract the attention and attracted women effortlessly. And just by the way that they moved and the way that they looked and the way that they carried themselves. So after learning the secrets of nonverbal communication and implementing it and learning how to become that more charismatic person, Sam's result changed. Yeah, so he learned to project confidence. He learned how to use eye contact. He learned how to calibrate his touch. Yeah, it's a very important way of communicating. And suddenly, what I noticed was that he would get different responses, different reactions. People started paying attention to him, and women started responding. So if you've ever felt invisible, this training will show you how to flip the script. Now, the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to dive into posture. Yeah, that's step one. Your posture is super important. Yeah, it's the first thing that people notice about you. well before you even speak. Yeah, it's the foundation of your physical presence. And it's a very powerful indicator of your confidence, yeah, of your social status. And when you look at it through an evolutionary psychology lens, yeah, posture, or the different postures, yeah, but when you have a proper posture, it signals health, yeah, physical, mental health. It signals strength, physical strength, emotional strength, yeah. It signals social dominance. And in the animal kingdom, the alpha always stands tall. His chest is open. He just takes up a little bit more space. While the submissive ones, they slouch. Yeah, they shrink away. They're afraid to make themselves noticed. And humans are no different. We're not different. We instinctively read posture as a sign of where someone stands in the social hierarchy. Yeah, so a strong, upright posture communicates that you are comfortable in your own skin and that you are not afraid to take up your space in a social area. And this little thing results in big outcomes, because this is deeply attractive to women and this is deeply charismatic to men. But especially to women. Women are wired to seek out partners who can provide protection and stability. So poor posture signals insecurity. It signals low energy. It signals a lack of self-worth. And these are traits that are subconsciously very unattractive. Now, posture also affects your own psychology. And there's been studies after studies done about this. Yes, studies show that standing tall with your shoulders back increase testosterone and lowers cortisol. Yeah, so it makes you feel more confident and more assertive. And this creates a positive feedback loop, because the more you project confidence, the more you feel it, and the more, and the better responses you will get from other people. So you have to understand that women are drawn to men who move with purpose and who move with presence. So when you master your posture, you instantly set yourself apart from the gray mass of guys that, they slouch, they're afraid to take up space, to let people know that they're there. They're afraid to show that that they're there. It's a lot, and I see it a lot, especially in in bars where people are moving a little bit faster. That the guys that are insecure, they grab their drink, they press it against their chest, and they make themselves small, and they avoid eye contact. Yeah, I'm gonna talk more about eye contact later. But I'm pretty sure that you too notice it. When someone does not feel at ease, when someone looks around or projects that he's not supposed to be there. Yeah, you don't want to be that person. I teach a lot of trainings about why you want to get your ass into social venues, because of various reasons. And this is one of them. Yeah, because here it's a great training ground. It's a great training ground for you to start feeling comfortable with yourself in the presence of others, in the presence of maybe more dominant men. Learn to deal with it. Yeah, and that's how you set yourself apart from the crowd. And that's also how you communicate that you are a man who has higher status, who has value. Yeah, so to master posture, start becoming aware of your body throughout the day. Stand with your feet shoulder width apart. Shoulders a little bit back, chest a little bit open. Yeah, and imagine a string, yeah, attached to your skull, and imagine that string pulling you up. That's one of the things that they taught us during our salsa classes. Yeah, for a lot of people know this. I'm a show team dancer, and they always tell us, yeah, like, take your space, make yourself bigger, stand taller, show people that you're there. Yeah, so it's great. Like, if you want to learn more about charisma, go dance salsa. It will help you. Yeah, but they also taught me, like, imagine a string pulling your skull up, and it automatically puts you in the right position. Yeah, so practice walking into rooms with slow, deliberate steps. Avoid fidgeting and avoid shrinking yourself. Don't forget, make yourself tall. Pull yourself up, and the rest of your body will automatically align. Yeah, and make your posture a habit. Yeah, make it a habit to check yourself regularly, especially in social situations. Yeah, the more you practice to stand up tall, the more natural it will become, and the more others will notice your presence. Yeah, so stand tall, because it will help you pull your shoulders back, your chest open, especially when entering a room. When you enter a room, put a smile on your face. Yeah, you're glad to be there. You're happy. You feel good. And when you sit, especially during conversations, avoid slouching. Yeah, or avoid crossing your arms defensively. It'll make you smaller, and it will help. You just slide back easily when you do this, instead of when you keep your arms on the armrests. Yeah, and for this one you have to Google, but power poses. Practice power poses. Practice power posing before social events, just to boost your confidence and boost your presence. And I learned this from Anthony Robbins. He was the first one that I ever heard talking about power poses, like 20 years ago. Yeah, well, power poses is you standing as for an example, a superhero. Yeah, you make yourself big, you stand tall, yeah, in a strong pose, and it will help you. Yeah, because your physiology will start to work with you instead of against you when you stand like this. Second thing. Eye contact. Eye contact is one of the most powerful non-verbal signs that you can send out. It communicates a lot. It communicates confidence, interest, intent. It could also it can also communicate that you're shy, or that you are not so confident. Yeah, and that happens with a lot of guys when they make eye contact with a girl, and a girl makes strong eye contact back, they look down. And it communicates those things way more clearly than your words could ever do. Yeah, because your eye contact does not lie. And evolutionary psychology tells us that eye contact is a primal way to establish connection, to establish dominance. Yeah, that's why a lot of guys lose the eye contact battle with women, because the guys are very submissive. Yeah, you have to see it like this. In our ancestral past, direct eye contact could signal either a challenge, yeah, I'm now challenging you, or inviting you. It's an invitation. Yeah, so it's a crucial tool for these two things, competition and courtship. And women are especially sensitive to eye contact because it reveals a man's true intentions. Yeah, a confident, steady gaze signals honesty. It signals strength. It signals possible sexual interest. Avoiding eye contact, on the other hand, is read or is seen, experienced as insecurity, as submission, or a lack of interest. Yeah, so the right kind of eye contact can create instant chemistry and actually make the women feel seen. Yeah, and eye contact also plays a key role in building trust and rapport. And when you hold someone's gaze, especially in conversation, you show that you are present, that you are attentive, and that you are unafraid of intimacy. Yeah, that you are secure within yourself. And this is deeply attractive as it signals emotional strength and the ability to connect on a deeper level. Now, eye contact or mastering eye contact is about balance. Too little and you seem too weak, too much and you come off as aggressive. Yeah, so the sweet spot is a confident, relaxed gaze that communicates both interest and self-assurance. So to master eye contact, practice holding someone's gaze for 1 or 2 seconds longer than that feels comfortable for you. Then look away slowly and naturally instead of, what a lot of guys do. Yeah, they feel caught. They feel caught. They were checking the girl out and the girl notices. The girl makes eye contact and the guy goes down. Yeah, it makes you look weak. And use eye contact to punctuate your words, especially when making a point or when expressing interest. And in group settings, and this is important, gentlemen, in group settings, make sure to include everyone. When you're talking to a group of people, there's one girl that you like, do not focus solely on her. You have to include everyone. Yeah, we're talking social dynamics here. And people will feel more included when you include them. And they will feel excluded when you only focus on the girl. Yeah? And it will make them pull up their social shields. So make sure to include everyone. Yeah? And if you feel nervous, focus on different things, like, for an example, the color of that person's eyes or the space between their eyebrows. Yeah, this helps you maintain steady eye contact without feeling overwhelmed because, again, eye contact is a very powerful way of communicating and it's also very intimate. Yeah, so it feels, we feel eye contact. Oh yeah, and remember, a genuine smile combined with eye contact is a very good attraction signal that you can send. Yeah, so for an example, when you walk into a venue and you look around and you're making eye contact with maybe 1, maybe 2 ladies there, make sure to smile. Yeah, you make eye contact, don't look away. Make eye contact, smile at them, acknowledge them, yeah, and then go on your way. Practice doing that. Yeah, hold eye contact for 2 seconds, 3 seconds, especially when meeting someone. Then look away with a relaxed smile. And use eye contact to emphasize key points in conversation. Yeah, and again, in a group setting, yeah, in any social setting, people are with friends. So include everyone. So don't just talk to this person, talk to everyone. And even though you're maybe speaking to just this person, still include the others as well by making eye contact with everyone. Anything more? No, this was it. Step 3. Micro expressions. Micro expressions are the hidden language of emotion. Yeah, they are the fleeting facial movements that reveal true emotions, often before we are even aware of them. Yeah, they are universal and they are hardwired into our brains. And these will help you to detect honesty, intent, emotional state, for an example. Yeah, in the context of attraction, micro expressions can signal interest, can signal excitement, but can also signal nervousness or even deception. Now, women are naturally skilled at reading your micro expressions. Yeah, basically because this ability helped our ancestors assess the intentions and the trustworthiness of potential mates. Now, a genuine smile, or a quick eyebrow raise, or a flash of surprise, yeah, that you have on your face, like just a flash of it. All these things communicate volumes, and they communicate a lot of what's going on inside you, and you don't even have to speak a single word. They can also communicate mismatched, how do you say that? Discomfort. Yeah, they can trigger discomfort. That's what I'm trying to say. They can trigger discomfort if the things that you are saying, yeah, the words that are coming out of your mouth, but your micro expressions on your face are not aligned. So that's something that is very important to understand. And that's why you always want to be communicating with integrity. You want to be a guy that moves with integrity. You always want to speak the truth. You always want to be respectful. Yeah, you don't want to hide anything. You don't want to act as if. Because doing that will send out mixed signals. Yeah, so mastering your own micro expressions means that you have to become aware of what your face is communicating, even when you are not speaking. Yeah, like for me, for an example, I have a resting bitch face and I have two really thick black caterpillar eyebrows. So when I relax my face, I look angry. But this is me being happy. Yeah, so I have to be really mindful that when I speak to people, when I walk into a venue, when I start social interactions, that I put a smile on my face. And that I smile also, like my micro expressions have to communicate happy vibes. Yeah, so for an example, if I do a fake smile and I only use my mouth, but I don't smile with the eyes, what do my micro expressions tell you? Something's not right here. Yeah, so you have to align all of your facial cues with your true feelings and your true intentions so that you can come across as authentic and congruent. Someone that just instantly people feel good around you. And when your micro expressions match your words and match your actions, you build trust. You build emotional resonance. Yeah, it's easy for other people to align with you. And women are drawn to men who are emotionally expressive but controlled. Yeah, the ability to show genuine emotion without being overwhelmed by it signals emotional strength, and that's deeply attractive. So from now on, what you're going to do to try and master your micro expressions is practice self-awareness in front of a mirror, and notice how your face reacts to different emotions. And practice genuine smiles, practice eyebrow raises, and other subtle cues. Especially when interacting with others. Be a little bit more expressive with your face. Train yourself to do so. And focus on being present, authentic, and making eye contact. Yeah. Step number 2, make sure that you have a right posture. Because now things are coming together. You have to have the right posture. You have to maintain comfortable eye contact. And now you add some micro expressions. Yeah, and you can also respond to her micro expressions. And we call that mirroring. Yeah, so for an example, when she smiles, mirror her smile. The type of energy that she communicates, try to mirror that. Because that will create a sense of connection and understanding. Yeah, you two are now aligned. You are communicating the same way. And the more attuned that you are to these signals, the more magnetic you become. Yeah, so again, practice genuine smiles in the mirror. Notice the difference between real and fake smiles. Because when you understand this, when you notice this, you will also see them in other people. Yeah, you will become way more aware of this. And mirror. You have to mirror her laughs, mirror her smiles, mirror her expressions, her energy. It will help you build rapport. Plus, it will give you more. Well, it will help you train in what's going on. Yeah, in communication. And use subtle eyebrow raises or nods to show interest, especially when you make eye contact. Yeah, let your head tilt a little bit, make eye contact, and nod. It will help you to communicate that you're interested and that she will feel heard and she will feel aligned with you. Step number 4. Proximity and touches. Proximity and touches. You can see it like this, yeah? Every flirtatious interaction between you and a lady is like a dance of space and a dance of contact. Yeah, so again, proximity. Proximity is the distance that you keep between yourself and between others. And this is a very powerful non-verbal signal of interest, of comfort, of status. Yeah, in evolutionary terms, controlling space was a matter of survival, a matter of social dominance. So the ability to move closer to someone without triggering discomfort, if you're able to do that, it signals trust in yourself, trust in her. It signals confidence. Yeah, you are confident, and it signals social intelligence. Yeah, so for an example, It's something that I had to learn dancing salsa, yeah, especially in the beginning. Like what's the amount of space? Now, after doing it quite intensively for a few years, I'm able to play with the spaces. Yeah, I can draw her in close. I can push her away. Yeah, that's all part of the dance. Again, another reason for you to learn this, because it will help you feel be way more natural and actually feel way more comfortable with this dance. Yeah, the dance of flirtation between you and the lady, and making physical contact and moving in closer into her intimate space, her intimate zone. I mean, now touch calibration, yeah, is the art of knowing when and where and how to use touch as communication. And touch is one of the most primal forms of communication. It releases oxytocin. So it will help you build connection. However, this must be calibrated to the situation and to the other person's comfort levels. Because too much, too soon, can feel like you're invading her space. Too little can make you seem distant or uninterested. And this is what happens with a lot of guys during dates. That's why I talk about this. A lot of guys during dates, they sit across from the table, which automatically keeps the both of you outside of each other's intimate zones. Yeah, the intimate zone is, I think it's, what was it, 30 or 40 centimeters? And staying outside will communicate a lot, subconsciously, you and her will feel the distance. But in the dance of the flirtatious dance, you will have to be able to move in and move out of the intimate zone. When you keep seated on the other end of the table, it will feel distant, yeah, and it will help. Well, it will not help you. It will make her feel, yeah, nothing. Whereas a man who's able to move inside and get out again, it does something to the subconscious. It will help her to feel more of a click. Yeah, because women are highly in touch with what they feel, with their emotions. They are highly attuned to proximity, to touch. Yeah, because these signals reveal a man's social awareness and you know, a man's self-awareness, like how he thinks about himself, how he feels about himself. Yeah, so a man who can smoothly escalate proximity and smoothly escalate touch, so taking the steps forward while reading her responses, that's a man who demonstrates confidence and respect. Yeah, and this is deeply attractive as it shows that you can lead while being attuned to her boundaries. Yeah, so guys, this one, it's super important. You have to master. If you want to be able to meet with a lady, close the gap, make her feel a little bit of emotion when she's with you, communicate that you are a man who knows what he's doing, who's able to lead in a respectful way, who's able to understand her boundaries, yeah, so that you're not only trying to get in, but you're moving in and you're moving back. That will help her to feel way more comfortable with you, to feel way more connected with you. And also, you know, if you're a good flirter, yeah, you're good in flirting, It will help her raise the buying temperature. It doesn't necessarily make you a super attractive man, but it makes you more interesting. It gives you that charismatic edge. Yeah, so mastering proximity and mastering touch is about reading the moment and responding appropriately. Yeah, again, it's like a dance. It's a dance that requires sensitivity. Yeah, you have to sense. It requires timing, and it requires the ability to adjust based on the feedback that you're getting from her. And with that feedback, I mean, if she feels stiff when you touch her, you know that she's not comfortable. If she feels relaxed when you touch her, yeah, for an example, yeah, you're standing outside, you're walking from one date location to the next date location, and you grab, she takes your arm comfortably, and she feels loose, that'll tell you something. Yeah, now you understand, hey, she's actually feeling comfortable. When you reach around her shoulders, for an example, to point into that direction, yeah, and you're closing in to her more intimate zone, and you're pointing your fingers towards whatever is happening over there. Hey, look, something's happening over there. And you feel that she's comfortably moving with you. Now you understand, now you know that she's comfortable. If you do that and she feels stiff, it tells you something as well. It tells you she does not feel that comfortable with you. So you can take a lot of valuable information from what she communicates, from what you feel, from the feedback that you get when you touch her. Yeah, when you use touch as a means to communicate. Now, I strongly suggest that if you want to become a better communicator, and if you want to become a more charismatic guy, and if you want to have more success dating women, that this is something you become a master in. Yeah, proximity and touch. But we have to start small. Yeah, you have to start somewhere. Start by noticing, for an example, how close you are, yeah, to others in different situations. And then gradually decrease the distance as comfort builds. Yeah? And then pay attention to her body language. If she leans in and stays relaxed, you're on the right track. If she pulls back, then you have to pull back as well. You have to give her a little bit more space. Yeah? Now for touch, begin with a light, socially accepted touches, like a tap on the arm. Like when she makes a joke, for an example, you go, you little shit. Good one, respect, you got me there. Or you poke her with the side of your elbow. Hey, see those two? Like that's how you initiate touch, like light, and it's socially accepted. Yeah? Or for an example, a high five. Like when she made a good joke, that's a good one. High five. It all helps, yeah? And as rapport grows, you can escalate to slowly to more intimate touches. But always watch for positive feedback. The key is to go slow, to move slowly, to move confidently, never forcing or never rushing this process. Because if you rush this process, she will push you away. Yeah, so how can you do that? How can you best train this? Well, when you're on a date, stand or sit slightly closer as the conversation progresses. Yeah, and then keep an eye on her comfort. Like, is she comfortable with you being closer? Is she not? Then give her a little bit more space. Yeah, use light touches on the arm or the shoulder to emphasize a point or to share a laugh. Good one. Yeah? And if she responds positively, escalate. Slowly escalate. Yeah, like a hand on their lower back when guiding her through a crowd. Or grabbing her hand when you move through a crowd and you're guiding her through. Yeah? You lead. You take her hand. And this is a good one actually. When you're moving that direction, she's standing behind you. Reach out. See what she does. Does she grab your hand or does she not? If she grabs your hand, that's a good sign. Then you can lead her or guide her through the social setting. What you can also do is, while holding hands, is moving into the other direction. See if she works with you. Now you are escalating touch. Yeah, you're not. Now she's also aware of you. The both of you holding hands. These are great things to test and to understand where you are in the process with a lady. The fifth point, step 5, vocal tonality. Yeah? Vocal tonality, the sound of authority, the sound of desire. Vocal tonality is the music behind your words. What you have to understand is that for most of the part, it's not just what you say, it's how you say it. It's how you say it that communicates confidence. It's how you say it that communicates your status, your social status, your intent, and how confident you feel about yourself. And we know from evolutionary psychology that deeper, more resonant voices are associated with dominance, with maturity, with genetic fitness. Yeah, and men who have really high voices, they communicate. What do they communicate? I'm not going to tell you. Write them down below in the comments. What you have to understand is that women are naturally drawn to men who speak with authority and who speak with an emotional range. Yeah, so you have to understand that your voice reveals your emotions, your emotional state, and your level of self-assurance. So a calm, steady tone signals confidence, signals control, while a shaky or monotonous voice can communicate nervousness or a lack of conviction. Now, the ability to play with your tonality and to play with pauses and to play with emphasis and inflection, that makes you more engaging. It makes you seem, or not seem, it makes you more charismatic. Now, vocal intent or vocal tonality, especially when you have a slow, deliberate pace, can signal intimate interest, or seriousness. While a playful, animated tone can create excitement and fun. Yeah, so especially when you want to be better in social settings, if you want to become a better speaker, mastering your voice allows you to lead the emotional tone of the interaction, and it will make you more magnetic and more memorable. And it's something, especially that here in Western Europe, Dutch people, Belgians, Danish as well, we speak from our throat. And we're very monotonous. Yeah, so when we talk to each other, we talk like this. But if I have to speak at you for an hour and speak in this very monotonous tone, I'm going to hypnotize you and you're going to fall asleep. And that's also what happens when you are on a date with a girl. And that's why vocal tonality is so important. Because you don't want her to feel so bored due to how you speak. You want her to feel excited. Yeah, because women are especially sensitive to vocal cues. And if you speak as if you are excited and you up your, you inject some emotions in the things that you say, and you can actually dance with the words, she will feel the emotional differences whenever it is that you tell a story, for an example. And this is especially important for women because it helped our ancestors to assess a man's strength, a man's health, a man's emotional stability. Yeah, so a man who can use his voice effectively stands out as a leader and as a lover. So to master vocal tonality, practice speaking from your diaphragm, not your throat. What we do here in Western Europe. Don't do it. Speak from your diaphragm. Yeah, and then record yourself and listen for areas when you can add more depth. Maybe add more warmth. Or a little bit more variety. Yeah, so for an example, you can slow down your speech and use a pause for emphasis. Or you can lower your pitch slightly when making important points. Or every now and then, throw up it. Yeah, up your pitch. So experiment with different tones in different situations. Yeah, so use a playful tone when joking. Use a softer tone when sharing something personal. And use a firm tone when leading. And the more that you practice, the more that you will control the emotional impact. Yeah? So again, every now and then, slow down your speech. Use pauses, yeah, to create that tension and emphasis. Sometimes you have to lower your pitch. Sometimes you have to up your pitch. Yeah, and you have to play with that. Yeah, and what I would say, especially during a date, more guys or guys need to be more playful. Be a little bit more animated. Especially when telling stories, when teasing. Again, don't take yourself so serious. Nobody takes you serious. She doesn't take you serious. The universe doesn't take you serious. So don't take yourself too serious. You're there on a date. She wants to... Man, she is praying to God that you are the one that excites her. So be exciting. Yeah, be exciting. Especially during dates. Use a little bit more animation and an animated tone instead of, so what do you do for work? What kind of music do you like? Yeah, I like that music too. Can you see it in my face? What kind of food do you like? Do you like Italian food? You know, this is what I see, man. A lot of guys just like they have no fire inside. It's boring, and it bores people in general to death, especially women. And man, I'm not the only one saying this. You can do a lot with women, but you cannot bore them. Yeah. But to master the real language of attraction, yeah. So you have to focus on your posture. You have to focus on your eye contact. You have to focus, you have to be a master of micro expressions, proximity, touches, vocal tonality. These are very powerful non-verbal signs that are hardwired into our brains, and they communicate confidence, they communicate status, they communicate a lot, yeah? Social intelligence, emotional intelligence. So they are more powerful than your words could ever be. And that's why you and all of your guy friends need to get your ass out of the house and into social settings so that you can train these things. Because they will not only help you with women, they will help you in life. If you want to become a better speaker, if you want to become a more charismatic father, instead of a boring dad. You know, if you want to stand out of any crowd, it doesn't matter. Like if you want to have a certain job and you're number 15, the only way to really jump out is to use your charisma to persuade those people to hire you. Yeah? And every day that you ignore your nonverbal signals, you miss the chance to stand out and to create that real attraction. So you have to get out into social settings and practice your nonverbal signals. Yeah, and the men who master these skills are the ones who get noticed. They are the ones that are remembered, and they are the ones that are chosen. Yeah, so don't let your body language hold you back from the connections that you want. And that's exactly, I started this training with the story of Sam. That's exactly what Sam did. He learned to improve his nonverbal communication. And then everything changed. He became the man that women noticed, the man that women remembered, and the man that women wanted to be around. And you can do the same. Yeah, so if you are ready to master the nonverbal blueprint of attraction and start practicing these steps, start today. Start today. And use the actionable examples and share your progress in the comments below, or better yet, in our new online community. If you want to become a part of that community where we teach weekly trainings, we have weekly workshops, Q&A sessions, networking events, online networking events where you can meet guys, brothers from different countries, send me a message, either in the comments below or through email, doesn't matter where. Just the word community. That's all I need to know. Then we will provide you with the link. You can knock on our door. You can create a profile there, and then you can join and plug into a social support system. Yeah, that's what we're creating. A very social support system that will help all of us grow and go beyond, beyond our comfort zone and help each other, give each other a kick up the ass when needed. Yeah, you're more than welcome to join. Look, to close this off, attraction is not just about what you say. It's about how you move. It's about how you look. It's about how you sound. Yeah, so master the real language. Posture, eye contact, micro expressions, proximity, touches, vocal tonality. And watch as new opportunities start to open up before you. Yeah, the right connection with the right lady is waiting for you to show up as you become a more confident self and are able to communicate that in a proper way. Brother, with a lot of love, I will hope to see you in our community, and make sure to like, share, and sign up for the community. Brother, I will see you soon.